Now, let's get to President Trump and that address. Have you seen it? Of course you've seen it, because you can't miss it right now.
Right.
So you guys react.
Fuck Donald Trump. Let's start there.
What did you think?
I think he's an embarrassment to the country.
Definitely that, for sure.
I think he's a dangerous human being, an individual.
For sure.
I think he goes against everything his own party stands for.
For sure.
Republican Party is supposed to be small government. You know, they're constitution bangers, at least the ones that they like, the amendments they like. And there's nothing more big government than bringing in the military for citizens.
Yeah,
For sure.
Had a Democrat ever called martial law, the Republicans would lose their fucking minds.
Correct.
I think we just have a president that honestly represents how most people in this country feel.
I disagree. I wouldn't say most people.
More than half.
Close to it. I mean, he didn't win the
think
popular vote.
I think he's the mirror of the he's the mirror of the country.
Nothing to argue about here. The president represents a lot of people that feel like
A
that.
lot
Yeah.
of people. Absolutely.
Close to half.
But I wouldn't say most.
And he's a lot of ego. He's all
ego.
about self. I have never seen him. And don't get me wrong, I'm not one of those people that is gonna sit here and say Donald Trump has done nothing good for this country, because he did do a lot of things for
MAGA Mall.
No, never that. Never. I didn't vote for Trump. I'm just saying, like, we got to speak facts. He has done things for black people in this country. He has passed some laws, and the economy is up. Like, it has risen since he's been in office. Like, these are just facts. So I'm not the biggest political guy.
The stock market is about to crash.
No, but this is now.
Unemployment is higher than it's ever been.
I'm talking. This is all.
There's a global and national pandemic.
These are all new
and
things.
there are
I'm talking
riots
about,
all over America.
Understand? These are all new things that just happened. I'm talking about since he's been in office. When he first came in office, since he's been in office, the economy did go up.
You are not judged by your one good year in the league. You are judged
no.
by your career.
I'm talking about all of the things. I'm saying he has done some good things since he's been in office, is all I'm saying. I'm not one of these people that's just going to kill Trump.
Some of that is smoke and mirrors, by the way. Capitalism is designed.
No, absolutely. Some of it is, but some
yeah.
of it is facts. It's in front of you. You can see it. But overall, because he's such his demeanor and his character is so terrible, and he's such a shitty, fucked up person, that doesn't matter. It gets outshined. I'm just saying to lay it out for both sides.
Okay.
Like, cool. People that support Trump.
Thanks,
cool.
Trump, for letting
Absolutely
20 black people out of jail while also separating kids from their families. Also, we can run down a long list of things that Trump has done and hide it behind the guise of,
and
hey, I let a black person out of jail.
Let me be very clear.
Anytime something happens like this, he'd be like, hey, remember that time?
Thanks.
Right.
Thanks. I mean, he also let his mans in them out of jail.
But I think,
let all of his mans in them out of jail.
But I think what he did the other day, which was yesterday, him having the peaceful protesters sprayed so he can cross the street and take a picture in front of the church with the like that whole stunt.
Yo,
disgusting.
To me, that was like, all right, fam, you're just your brain is in a whole different like time zone. I don't know. There's nothing else to say about that. You saw this in front of your face, like you did that.
He also
to take
did
this
it.
Picture.
It's so blatantly because he did it 20 minutes ahead of the curfew, where at least hypothetically people would have cleared out and would not have needed to be tear gas, which is an illegal fucking chemical to use on people in global war.
My point.
Or especially
exactly
peaceful
my point.
protesting. Listen, whatever political party you subscribe to, whoever you are, if you can't see through the bullshit of Donald Trump holding up a Bible in front of a church,
upside down,
that as well, and staring into a camera and then immediately getting back into his car, I don't think we ever need to have a conversation with you.
He tear gassed people from the church,
Right.
members of the church,
Right.
to do this bullshit.
Right. And that's what I'm saying. That stunt, to me, that was the nail in the coffin for Donald Trump.
If you can't see through that, I don't know where we could even start having a conversation.
See, that right there, that's kind of what I want to put a stop to right there. The if you can't see through that talks. Then what? If you can't see through it, what? Because I refuse to believe that somebody can't see through it. Somebody won't see through it.
Yeah, there's people that are no intention to see through
it.
Right.
My point in saying that is, how are we even going to have the serious, complicated conversations if you can't even admit that bullshit?
Yeah, no. Listen, Alex, that's the point that I was about to make. Let me tell y'all, I bumped into the Trump address by mistake. I didn't know that he was scheduled to speak, nor was I watching in anticipation of him speaking. But the TV stays on in my house on mute, on CNN and MSNBC.
Got money.
Just so I can, because the TV stays on?
Electricity. Go ahead.
Not money, because I'm a genius.
Talk your shit.
I left it on mute to look at the riots and the protests, right? And I was able to see across the ticker, hey, we have Trump coming up. He's scheduled to speak. So I was able to see in real time the police attempt to clear the way. And it was nasty.
Yeah.
It was nasty. Now, because I'm black, it took me a second to realize that what was happening was nasty and not just business as usual. But yeah, peaceful protesters, tear gas, run over with fucking horses, pushed to the side, so forth and so on. For Trump to even hold that address publicly where you could still hear the protests, where you could still hear the chaos, that rang loud to me.
Planned.
For Trump to hold the Bible up and there to be the white power Confederate flag Nazi fucking sign or whatever the fuck I've seen on all the YouTube docs, that rang to me. Him doing that in front of whatever church that was, that rang to me. But more importantly, it rang to me not because of the events that took place that day, but because I had just finished reading all about this DC blackout, and now I'm just looking at you like you pussy.
Well, that's why he did this. Because he was hearing about people were kind of laughing that he was scared, the protesting and stuff like that, and they had him go to the bunker of the White House just in case.
Turned off all the lights.
Yeah, so this was his response to that, saying, I'm not scared,
Bragging
like I'm
about
outside.
Bragging about your Secret Service.
Yeah.
That will be the lasting image for me from his presidency.
The White House with the lights out?
The White House with the lights out.
Yeah.
That's the start for me. President Trump hiding in a bunker when things got real. I never respect niggas that's just pussy. Oh, you only tough when it's a gang of you pussy. But let's stop there. Let me get into my conspiracy theorist bag. The DC blackout tag had much more to do with things in totality than just the White House lights being out. Are y'all familiar?
I'm not familiar.
Okay. Allegedly, when the White House lights went out, cell phone service in D.C. also went out.
Oh, wow.
Along with internet service in D.C. that went out. Along with all of the cameras that surveil the street allegedly went out as well.
Really?
So an hour before we had pictures of protests from D.C., and then the next hour there was allegedly a blackout of phone, internet, and the White House.
Wow.
I don't know what you guys think of this.
That's intentional.
But yes, it's intentional, but intentional why? I don't know the why because I'm on ground level, but I'm looking at the scope of things. When you do that, and when you look at the history of things here, when you're blacking something out, you don't want something to be seen. Correct. There was a gentleman killed. We'll get to the gentleman that was killed, but all of the cops had their fucking body cams turned off. DC blackout. There's somebody missing in Chicago. Along with Trump's address that, to me, anytime Trump gets up there and when it's hysteria, he just talks to the racist people.
Yeah.
And that's what he did again. All of that law and order
specific
shit.
keywords.
Yeah.
We're calling citizens and the army, protect your Second Amendment.
Yes,
like all the
yes.
keywords that now
Yeah.
we used to know what those words were. In this climate, he can't use them. So he uses the keywords that get those type of people riled up.
It's no surprise that immediately after that address went out, we started to see the groups of white people with bats patrolling Philadelphia.
So saw that.
We started hearing about the gangs now fighting with themselves and with civilians. Like, It's division.
Yeah.
It's division. It's what he's thrived on this entire time. It's what helped him to get elected. But that's where we are now. So I want to tell people out there to please be careful even in protest.
Yeah.
I say that as
sure.
somebody who was just scrolling the gram one day and then saw his 19-year-old son out there in a protest. It was difficult for me.
Sure.
It was conflicting for me. I did not know where I stood in that moment. I'll be honest and transparent with you guys.
I think that's why it's
I
important.
was proud of him.
Oh no, you have
But you
to.
also care
I
about
was
his safety.
proud of him.
Yeah, but you concerned as well because your father.
I'm a concerned parent, fam. I saw a Sin out there protesting. That's who she is. Listen, when Homeboy died and when Junior died in the Bronx, she went up there to the grave site and for a week straight, just dropping flowers off. That is who she is. But you're concerned.
Yeah.
Right.
You're concerned when you
Rightfully
see
so.
people that you love out here.
Because you never know what can happen.
We've seen what can happen.
Well,
They're out there
no.
running people over with SUVs.
And totally aside from that, what they're not reporting is the Sandra Bland shit. They kill us when they get us.
Yeah.
So I mean, if they're gonna start cutting surveillance off and cutting the Wi-Fi off and just cutting whatever off, and why is the president in a fucking bunker? Oh, because shit is about to get real
Yeah.
out here. Yeah, all of that is alarming and disturbing to me. And the police 100%, let me not say the police, the Klan, whoever it is, I don't know because I'm ground level. They definitely want to make an example out of a few of us.
One and the same.
Oh, for sure.
And Cable didn't go out, right?
I don't know. I can't confirm that anything went out. But if you just click on the DC blackout hashtag, plenty of residents of DC said, nah.
Well, if Cable
Something's
didn't go
off.
out, it's much easier for them to control the narrative on cable and cable news than it is to control the narrative on the internet and in any camera that is filming what's actually happening. So yeah, that makes a lot of sense to me that they would do that.
Which is why it's important now for us to have. We need a program. We need to know exactly what we're doing because right now it's kind of like people are just wanting to be heard and they're showing out and they're protesting and that's fine. I love that. People are looting and tearing shit up. That's fine. But we need to know what's the plan. We need a plan.
I really like, and this may be off of what you're saying, but I don't think it is. I really like this new initiative that the NBA came up with. I think it just started today, where all of the coaches get together, and it's you don't even know how to find it. You don't even know what I'm talking about. It's the NBPA or the NCPA. They started some group that is essentially just for the progressiveness of minorities. And
I think I saw that's popping them, right?
Popovich is involved. Steve Kerr is involved. Dave Blatt is involved. There's a few of them involved. See, and that I like and really agree with. I've heard Popovich speak enough on these type of issues to know where he stands. He cares.
Yeah.
I've heard Kerr speak enough to know where he stands. He cares. And whether some people want to admit it or not, we need help from allies.
Right.
We do.
Absolutely.
Like, if there's a white person that cares, now is a good time to say that. And if you're not saying you care, I am to assume that you do not.
I
So
completely agree.
I like what I like the NBA doing that, partly because of the stance that their white people take. That's like Parks and Roy. I like the stance that they take as white people. I like the NBA doing that because the NBA is black.
Pretty much, yes.
I like the NBA doing it because the NBA wasn't always black. There's a lot of reasons why I like the NBA doing it. On the opposite side of the spectrum, the NFL looks nuts retweeting all of this bullshit with the Kaepernick situation.
Yeah.
You look nuts. Y'all went and put a whole subcommittee division together when too many of your players were going home and beating the shit out of their wives.
Right.
You did that. Why are we not doing it now? Don't tell me that you stand with us on one end, and in the other end, we have somebody who was blackballed because they were peacefully protesting, because they took the correct kneel. NBC put something out. Looks a little nutty after that Gabrielle Union situation. It looks a little nutty. Complex put something out. I like what Complex did for me, so I won't share some of the things that. But it ain't too many black people running around up there. Like, this problem is much bigger than this moment.
Oh, yeah.
And when I say it's not that deep, you can look anywhere and see it, is what I mean. Mm-hmm. Anywhere. What part of America would you like to observe? Would you like to look at our school system? Would you like to look at our real estate? Mm-hmm. The redlining issues that we've been having? Uh-huh. Would you like to look at our police? Would you like to look at our government? Would you like to look at our economy, stocks? Look at the stock. Wherever you want to look. Look at the jail system. Yeah. Look at the farming system. Look at the truckers. Anywhere in America that you look right this second, it's fucked up. So awesome that Trump let a few black people out. Good. But right this second, it all needs reconstruction.
Yeah.
Not rebuilding.
No, restructuring.
Not a renewal. Not some new front facing.
No.
You know, sometimes you can fix the front of the house now, it looks real sexy.
Yeah.
And inside still fuck. That's not what we need right now. Anywhere you look in America is my point. Mm-hmm. So awesome. Let's black towel them to death. Let's protest to death. Let's riot. Let's loot. Let's do anything that is with the betterment of the community. But a lot of these people are playing both sides. And I don't have time for the optics of it all, because shit is too real. It is entirely too real out there with all of this coming off the pen. I just don't have time for the optic game and the protect your business game. I don't.